Guess what? If you're being tested right now, if your life feels like it's going through an upheaval, it's not because you've done something wrong. It's not because you're a bad person. It's because you're meant to grow. You're meant to evolve. You're meant to embrace the challenges. These storms are not sent to destroy you. A lot of times the storms are sent to awaken you, to activate you, to shake your cage in order to get you out of the cage. What cage? The cage you're sitting in. Thinking that you're limited, thinking that life is just about going through routines and not really being the best version of yourself. Not fulfilling your purpose on this planet. That's esoteric, ain't it? The thoughts of thinking that, you know what, you can't just live a simple life anymore. How many of you are just like, can I just live a simple life? Can I just be basic and like, I don't want to bother nobody and I don't really want anybody to bother me. And it's like, I wish there's a part of me that wishes that I could have that also. But I've had to get to a place of acceptance to know that that old life of like fantasy, where you just sort of, grow up, you start at the bottom somewhere and you work your way up to the top, and eventually, you retire, and along the way you've had some paid time off and maybe a vacation once or twice a year, maybe every other year, and then enjoying the holidays and just getting through it, not really creating any wakes, just trying to get through it. We don't get that anymore. Oh no. That bubble popped. It popped, didn't it? You're experiencing this? Are you experiencing this new reality, this new shift, this new evolution to where just here's what happens. The minute that you start to try and settle in and get comfortable somewhere, because you just want to chill, you just want to take it easy, it's like, whoop, there goes the fucking floor from underneath you. I hope you're relating to this. Anybody out there relating to what I'm saying? Where it just doesn't seem like you're able to just stand still anymore, right? And a lot of you are going down, and you're going down, but it's not like it's meant to destroy you. It's meant to awaken you and activate you, as I mentioned before. Well, what is it meant to awaken you and activate you to? Right? To letting go of the false self, which is the physical self. And I know a lot of you are like, what? The physical self? How is that the false self? Well, it is the false self because it's temporary. Your physical being is temporary. Your spiritual being, eternal. The spiritual being, thousands of lives. The identity that you have, that you were issued this time, is temporary. There's humanity in it. But the thing is that you're not going to find peace. You're not going to find relief. You're not going to find comfort in abusing the humanity that you are gifted in this lifetime, in this timeline. Everything is shifting. Everything is shifting right now. And if you're hearing this message, that means you're right where you need to be, but yet you got to keep moving. You got to keep leaning in to the uncomfortable. Continue to examine yourself. And ultimately, it's about healing yourself. Well, how do you heal yourself? It's by acknowledging everything you've been through, accepting it, forgiving yourself, forgiving everyone that's hurt you, right? And really starting to connect with that spirit inside of you, activating your spiritual being more and more and more and more every single day. And this stuff ain't so out there anymore, is it? It's feeling like it's hitting more and more people right there. Boom, square in the forehead, man. You can't avoid it. You're not able to duck it. I know a lot of you wish you could. In my heart of hearts, I'm continuing every day. This is the challenge of every day, is to wake up and to truly open myself up to believing that the spiritual being is superior. And in doing that, what it takes is I have to face all my fears. And what does facing all my fears consist of? All kinds of things. There's all kinds of fears. I can be fearful of being alone for the rest of my life. I can be fearful about going broke again, spending too much, or not making enough, right? Those kind of fears come up when I believe in abundance, when I believe in, I'm expanding, not trying to pay attention, right? The fears of thinking that, there's a lot of suffering out there. People are really, really afraid right now, seeing that people are still bought in to the fear of politics, to the fear of tariffs, to the fear of, peace. There's a lot of fear that exists right now. Are you willing and able to clear your mind? That's number one. You gotta get sober-minded. If you're stuck chemically with things that are distorting your mind and your body and your soul, you're gonna have a hard time with this, because you're distorted. And a lot of that distortion is also coming through social media. Let's be honest, you're seeing me on social media, but I'm telling you, a lot of your fears are being fed through your consumption of social media. I don't feel it's an accident that intuitively over a year ago, I got the idea to say, you know what? I think I should do an app and put all the content there. So then that way that's standalone. That way there's a community there. That way people can disconnect from the algorithms. They can just organically jump on there in a safe environment without fear of judgment or being manipulated, and really be able to connect with other people that are sort of searching for the same thing. And so if you're looking for a digital detox, but you're also looking to do some self-work, starting with self-discovery, self-improvement, self-development, right? Download the Results Kill Excuses app. If you're looking at trying to really lock in and be a lot more accountable, you really should pull the trigger on the link down below for the 1% Better Everyday Journal. Talk about being able to really start to get unstuck. It's one of the greatest tools, right? There's accountability in there. There's goal setting, daily, weekly, monthly. There's reflection. There's starting every day with positive affirmations, positive visualization, helping you to sort through life's challenges, process some of your healing, reprogram your negative beliefs, right? It's the most powerful resource on planet Earth. And I highly encourage you to give it a try. Give it a try. What else are you trying? What else are you doing? We're already marching into the new year in full effect, right? The newness is already worn off, ain't it? The newness is already worn off. And what are you getting done? What goals have you accomplished? What wins have you stacked up? What changes have you made? What things are you implementing that's going to set yourself up for this to be the greatest year of your life, regardless of how much things cost, regardless of who's in charge, who's the president, who's the this, who's the that. None of that shit matters. Who wins this game? Who loses that game? None of it matters. Who gets traded to this team? How does it impact your life? Beyond emotions, beyond attachments that are invisible, but they're very powerful, because the more you attach to those things, guess what? You're disconnected from your true self. Your true self is your spirit, not your body. It's your spirit. And we need to get more spiritually grounded. One of the best ways that I do it is getting out in this dirt, man. Walking around in the dirt, grounding yourself. If you feel nervous, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like fearful, overwhelmed, I'm telling you, man, kick off them fucking shoes and socks. Go stand in the grass. Go stand in the dirt. Right? Just make sure it's not artificial. Just, concrete ain't gonna do it. It needs to be dirt. You will instantly, there's science behind this. You will instantly start to shift your energetic feeling. You'll start to be more calm. You're literally more centered and grounded on yourself. You get out of your head. But again, we need to put in them positive affirmations. It kind of feels like a broken record, but it's not. Because see, here's your life. Depending on how you're looking at it, it's going round and round and round and round, right? It feels like it. But you're either going down like a spiral or you're going up. Which are you choosing right now? Be honest with yourself. Are you choosing the upward spiral or are you going on the downward spiral? You getting worse or you getting better? And guess what? For some of you to get better, it's going to take it getting worse. It's going to take life getting a little more hard pressed on all sides. Not crushed, but just about. Some of you, it's going to take life putting you down on your fucking hands and knees, right? Begging for something to change. And guess what? It doesn't have to go to that. But you need to not only hear this message, you need to allow it to activate some changes in you. What are you going to change? What are you going to change? What can you commit to? I've been talking about, man, I came across this new spiritual teacher, David Elliott. Look up his book, Healing. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. And do the work. There's actually assignments throughout that whole entire book. It's an incredible book. And I agree with everything he's talking about. I'm looking forward to studying under him directly here very soon. And yet, I came across these new breath works and it's exercise. It's strenuous exercise, breathing. And I came across it and I committed. I'm doing it every day. Sometimes twice a day. What are you committing to doing that can actually benefit you? I experienced a benefit after doing one of these. I felt something shift inside of me. And he says, man, commit to doing it every day. Do this every day. Commitment. Guess what? That's self-discipline. That's self-accountability. Where I try something, I feel something shift, and I say, I'm fucking locked in, man. I'm going to do it. What are you doing? You're coming in half-ass again, aren't you? You're coming in half-ass again, aren't you? It's the half-ass mindset, man. It's because you want a quick fix. You want it easy. You want it to be quick and easy. You want everything to just get better. Why can't it just go back to being simpler times, easier way of being? I'm sorry. It's over. Those days are gone. We're shifting to higher dimensions of our reality, of humanity. You're not going to get to have just the good old days watching sitcoms, right? After a long day's work, watching the sitcoms, drinking a brewski with a family and the kids around, no social media, people actually just hanging out together, family time. living simple lives, right? Watching a couple ball games on the weekend, kicking back, going out, going to church, just living a simple life. It's gone, man. It's gone. That ship sailed. And those that are ready to evolve, the time is now. And you know the time is now. You already have the writing on the wall. It's in your heart, actually. It's on the walls of your heart. You know that what I'm saying is true. You need to embrace your spiritual evolution, your spiritual awakening. You got to get sober. It takes that. You can't bring that bullshit with you. You need to start allowing yourself life on life's terms, starting to release those chemical dependencies, right? Letting go of the addiction, start working on the emotional wounds, the trauma from the past, right? Start working on that forgiveness piece, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, so that you can set your soul free. Free to become the best version of you, free to increase and raise your vibration so that you can increase the world, vibration of this world, the light of this planet, right? I kind of find it surprising that I have been chosen to talk about these things, because it's very contrary. It's not what I was expecting, but yet here I am, speaking what I believe is the truth, trying to encourage. I don't care how many or how few or whatever happens. Clearly, I want to reach as many people as possible. Clearly, I want to help out as many people as possible. But here's the thing: you gotta want to help yourself, and you gotta be fucking serious about it, man. If you're just going through a little hard patch, rough patch, and you think that somehow you can just smooth it out and then go back to doing the shit you used to do, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself, and I promise you, mark my words, keep this as a receipt. If you're going through a rough patch, you smooth it out, and you don't stay locked in, you go right back to thinking that you can do it the way you used to do it, what you'll experience is it's gone. It's not gonna work. That timeline is gone. It's gone. And it's good that it's gone. You need to let it go. It's time for humanity to heal, for us to evolve, to move past the bullshit, the mind control, the limiting beliefs, the suffering. It's all about suffering, ain't it really? Isn't it really about how we have created so much suffering for ourselves? We need to transcend that. Love, joy, peace. Love, joy, peace. It starts with loving yourself unconditionally. Most people have no clue of what it is to love themselves. Even the Bible says to love your neighbor as yourself. Most people, you don't love yourself. You definitely don't love your neighbor. You get offended though, right? You get offended when you hear somebody being persecuted, someone not being treated fairly. On the other side of the world, you get offended, right? But you're not treating yourself fairly. You're not taking care of yourself the way you're saying that those people should be taken care of, right? It's all just a game. It's all bullshit. And the time is up for the bullshit to end. For the lies, for the self-manipulation, the self-sabotage, the deceptions to fall by the wayside. And for the light to be shined on your true self. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you encouragement. I'm sending you strength. Sending you sobriety to clear your mind, clear your body, and truly become the best version of yourself. Join me on this mission. Let's make a difference in this world by taking care of the work we have within ourselves. It starts here, and it starts now. And you know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.